I don't think I had the vision that the internet was going to grow in the way that it did. But instinctively, I felt like there was a force field that was pulling me toward it. And I think what I've always tried to do is really trust my inner gut, just like what feels like the right thing, and trust in that. And every time I've done that, it's been the right thing. I can't say I've always done that, but when I do it, I know that it's the right thing. And so that's really what it was then. I mean, and I think Kramer was really distracted with the core business. Apple was a huge client. They were constantly calling with more and more projects, and that required a certain amount of focus. And so she had said, hey, I've been in business for, I forget what it was at the time. She founded it in 81. So this was probably like 94 or 5. And she said, I've been in business all this time and I've never had a brochure. Can you kind of do that? So I created a brochure, and then it was like, well, can you create our website? And, nobody had created websites, or not really much back then. It was super basic. And then it just kind of kept snowballing. And the real breakthrough for our business was getting to Victoria's Secret as a client. And it's one of the funniest stories when I look back is that Kramer and I initially had our meeting out at Victoria's Secret, and with Ed Razek specifically. And I remember we were talking to them about the internet, and this is what's going on, and this is what the Gap is doing, and this is what this company is doing, and you should really, you should be there too. And then Les Wexford was kind of in the hallway or in the doorway of the meeting. And back then, I think that a lot of retailers had invested in some form of like cable show or some format of retail on TV that didn't really materialize, and a lot of retailers lost a lot of money. And so I think they thought it was going to be another version of that. And so he said to Les, like, hey, these gals think we should put Victoria's Secret on the internet. And he said, well, wouldn't it be a lot easier and cheaper to just give everybody a t-shirt? And we were like, oh, wow. Okay. So they actually asked us to leave. They actually asked us to not come back until we had more evidence that they would find compelling to make them interested in what we were proposing. And so ultimately we did all the work and the research and tried to put the best case together. And then they said, oh, okay, actually this is worth pursuing. And so then they did a nationwide search for agencies, and ultimately we won that particular agency or nationwide search. But that was really the client of working with Victoria's Secret. I believe was back in around 96, 97 timeframe, probably 97 by the time it all sort of started. But that really changed the business in a lot of ways, because then we were able to really get into the e-commerce services business for other clients.
Mm-hmm. And eventually, I mean, that becomes the business, right?
Yeah.
It shifts into being a digital marketing agency, right?
Exactly.
Was that the catalyst for it all?
Oh, I think so. I mean, we were doing some basic websites for tech companies in Silicon Valley, but that was the big client. And Kramer got on in USA Today and on numerous, shows and stuff for that sort of notoriety that the business was participating in. And so, yeah, I think that really changed the course of the business. And then we really were kind of all digital for quite some time, and then went full circle towards the end of at least my time there, becoming a more integrated marketing company, because clients said, okay, yes, digital is important, but I want you to think about all of the branding or all of the marketing and how all of the digital integrates with that. So we ended up actually going kind of full circle back to a much more integrated type of company.